Hello, my friend. Warm greetings to you, and welcome back to this special journey where we will explore, practice, and master 10 simple English conversations you can use in everyday life. I know that many learners feel nervous when speaking English, even for small things, because it is normal to worry about mistakes, pronunciation, accent, or forgetting words, and sometimes you might have felt your brain freeze when trying to order coffee, greet a friend, or ask for directions, and that is exactly why this session is created, to guide you gently, slowly, and confidently, showing that English can be simple, natural, fun, and even humorous, because language is not about perfection. It is about communication. Imagine yourself as a learner who is brave enough to start small and grow step by step, sentence by sentence, and every word you speak adds strength to your fluency. Today, we will not rush. We will take our time, explore real-life conversations, practice them with examples and role play, and discover that even the simplest conversations, like ordering a coffee or asking a question, can become a powerful tool to connect, communicate, and build confidence. So, breathe deeply, relax, and let's begin this friendly, funny, and motivating adventure together. Walking into a cafe might seem like a small thing, but for a beginner English learner, it can feel like entering a new world. Imagine yourself pushing the door, hearing the soft music, smelling coffee, and seeing people chatting around you. Your heart beats faster, and you feel that tiny fear. What if I cannot order? But here is the secret. English at the cafe is about polite, simple phrases, and you already know them. Start with a smile and say, "Hi, can I have a coffee, please?" The worker looks up, smiles, and responds, "Sure," small or large. You can reply, "Large, please," or "Small, thank you." Even this short exchange is a victory because you practiced a real conversation. You are learning polite asking, using please, and responding clearly. But let's expand this scenario to make it rich, natural, and fully realistic. Maybe you notice a cake behind the glass and want to add it to your order. You can say, "Could I have a slice of chocolate cake as well?" The worker might ask, "Would you like coffee with that?" You reply, "Yes, please, that sounds perfect." You pay, say "Thank you very much," and leave feeling proud because you just communicated successfully in English. But we can go further. Imagine a humorous moment. You accidentally mix up your words and say, "I want a coffee cake," and the worker laughs gently, correcting you with a smile. You mean a coffee and a cake? You laugh too. This small story teaches a lesson. Mistakes are natural, and they can even be funny. Your English grows stronger every time you try. Another example. Sometimes the worker might ask, "Do you want milk or sugar?" And you can respond, "Just milk, thank you," or "No sugar, please." Here, learners often struggle to hear fast speech or decide quickly, but the trick is to listen carefully, repeat what you understood, and stay polite. Practice alone or with a friend. "Hi, can I have a tea, please?" "Sure. Green or black?" "Green, please, and a cookie." Coming right up. "Thank you very much." And pause. Repeat. Feel the rhythm. Feel your confidence grow. Every day, doing this 5 minutes at home can make real-life cafe conversations effortless. And beyond ordering, you can use the cafe to practice small talk. You might say to the worker, "It's a busy day today, isn't it?" or to a friend, "This cafe has a nice atmosphere." Even these short sentences make your English fluent, natural, and connected to life. Imagine a story where a beginner named Sarah used to panic at cafes. The first time, she froze. The second time, she practiced silently at home, repeating phrases, pretending she was at a counter. The third time, she walked in, said, "Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?" The worker smiled, and Sarah felt a tiny victory inside her heart, realizing that practice makes real life easy. So remember, cafes are not just for coffee. They are training grounds for speaking English confidently. Small sentences, polite phrases, short pauses, calm breathing. These are your tools. Mistakes are learning moments. Every please, every thank you, every smile builds your confidence. You are not just ordering coffee, you are building courage, fluency, and self-expression. And now you can create your own mini story and practice dialogue. Imagine ordering for a friend. "Hi, can I have 2 lattes, please? Anything to eat?" "Yes, 2 muffins, please. That's $12. Here you go. Thank you." You can repeat this aloud, practice daily, and gradually even improvise. The cafe becomes your safe space to grow your English. 2. Conversation with a new friend. Meeting someone new can feel exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. Imagine walking into a classroom, office, or social event. You notice someone standing alone. Your heart beats faster. You hesitate. What if I say something wrong? What if they don't understand me? But here's the secret. English for making friends is about simple words, genuine curiosity, and polite questions. You start with a smile and say, "Hi, my name is Alex." Pause. Let the words settle. They respond, "Nice to meet you." You reply, "Nice to meet you too." That's it. You just started a conversation. You created connection. Many learners struggle here because they overthink. They want perfect grammar. They want perfect pronunciation. But friendship begins with courage, not perfection. You repeated the greeting. You smiled. You showed interest. That is more important than flawless English. Now expand. You can ask, "Where are you from?" They say, "I'm from Brazil." You reply, "Oh, that's great. I have always wanted to visit Brazil." You added a little comment showing curiosity and friendliness. The conversation flows. Simple sentences are all you need. Another example. Maybe the person says, "I'm from Canada." You can respond, "Canada is beautiful. I've seen photos. What city are you from?" Notice how you combined question plus small comment. That makes conversation natural and engaging. Now, let's add humor. Imagine the person replies, "I'm from Toronto, where it is very cold." You laugh and say, "I can handle cold. I survived winter last year." Small jokes make conversation lighter. Many learners hesitate to joke because they fear mistakes, but small, friendly humor is more important than grammar perfection. Next, practice asking about their job or studies. You can say, "What do you do for a living?" or "Are you a student?" They respond, "I'm an engineer," or "I'm studying business." You can reply, "Wow, that sounds interesting. I have always wanted to learn about engineering." Or, "Business is exciting. Do you like it?" Short, clear sentences. Show curiosity, show respect. And here is another mini story. A beginner named Omar used to panic when meeting new people. He could only say, "Hi," and then freeze. One day he practiced silently at home. He imagined different scenarios. He repeated, "Hi, my name is Omar. Where are you from?" "Nice to meet you. I'm from Italy." "Oh, Italy. Amazing. I love pizza." "What city?" "Madrid." "Oh, beautiful. I have seen pictures. Do you like it there?" "Yes, it's wonderful." Repeat this aloud, slowly, calmly. Feel your English growing. Each word strengthens confidence. Finally, let's practice connecting through hobbies. Ask, "What do you do for fun?" They might say, "I like hiking." You can reply, "Hiking is fun. I love nature too. Have you been to any mountains nearby?" Or, "I enjoy hiking too. Do you go every weekend?" Small follow-up questions show interest and make the conversation feel natural. Another example, they say, "I like reading." You respond, "Me too. What books do you enjoy?" They say, "I like mysteries." "Amazing. I love mysteries as well. Any recommendations?" Notice how you mirror their interest and add curiosity. This is a powerful method. In this conversation, learners often struggle with fear of mistakes, slow thinking, and short vocabulary. Here is a tip. Practice the same sentences daily. Use your phone, mirror, or a friend. Repeat, "Hi, my name is blank. Where are you from? Nice to meet you. What do you do? I like blank. How about you?" Gradually, you will be able to expand, add humor, ask follow-up questions, and share your experiences. Remember, confidence matters more than perfection. Smile, pause, and repeat. English is not about rushing. It is about connection, warmth, and courage. And for homework, today practice 3 new dialogues with imaginary friends. Start by introducing yourself. Ask where they are from. Ask what they do for fun. Add a small comment or joke. Read it aloud at least 5 times. Tomorrow, try to change the names, countries, and hobbies. This repetition builds memory, confidence, and fluency naturally. By the end of a week, you will notice that meeting new people in English feels friendly, easy, and even fun, because each small conversation is a tiny victory. Every smile strengthens courage, and every question adds a bridge to connection. English is no longer scary, it becomes a natural part of how you meet, greet, and connect with others. 3. Conversation at the store. Walking into a store may seem simple, but for many learners, it can feel like stepping into a maze. You see aisles, shelves stacked with items, bright signs, and people moving around. Your heart beats faster. You might think, "What if I cannot ask for help?" Or, "What if they don't understand me?" But here's the truth. English in a store is simple, practical, and rewarding, and you can learn it step by step. Imagine yourself approaching a friendly worker. You take a deep breath and say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" The worker smiles and says, "Sure, what do you need?" You reply, "I'm looking for bread." They point, "Aisle 3. You say, "Thank you very much." That is it. Short, polite, clear, and effective. You just completed a real English conversation. Many learners struggle because they overthink or fear mistakes. They imagine complex sentences. But the real secret is polite, short sentences, repeated practice, and calm confidence. Let's expand this scenario with humor. Imagine you accidentally say, "I'm looking for a beard," instead of bread. The worker laughs gently and says, "Do you mean bread?" You laugh too. Small mistakes like this are funny learning moments. They are part of the journey. Every error is a step toward fluency. Now let's make the scenario richer. Imagine you need several items: milk, eggs, and fruit. You can practice saying, "Excuse me, could you help me find milk, eggs, and apples?" The worker smiles and says, "Of course. Milk is in the fridge, eggs are next to the bread, and apples are near the entrance." You respond, "Thank you, that is very helpful." Notice how short, clear sentences work perfectly. You don't need long grammar. The goal is communication, clarity, and politeness. Many learners struggle because they try to memorize complicated dialogues from textbooks, but in real life, short, natural English works best. Let's add a mini story for motivation. A beginner named Lena used to panic every time she entered a store. She wanted to ask for help, but froze. One day, she decided to practice aloud at home. She imagined a store. She said, "Excuse me, can you help me?" "Sure. What do you need?" "I'm looking for rice." "Aisle 2." "Thank you." She repeated it 10 times a day. The next day, she went to a real store. Her heart raced, but she used the exact sentences she practiced. She asked for milk, bread, and cheese. The worker smiled, answered, and Lena walked out feeling proud. This story teaches that practice plus visualization plus repetition equals real-life confidence. Now, let's explore different phrases for asking where things are. You can say, "Where can I find," for example, "Where can I find sugar?" "Where can I find coffee?" "Where can I find pasta?" These are polite, natural, and short. Many learners are nervous about pronouncing the words correctly, but remember, workers are patient. They want to help. The key is politeness plus effort, not perfection. You can also say, "Is there a section for example, is there a section for vegetables? Is there a section for cleaning supplies?" Both work well and sound natural. Let's add another layer, asking for recommendations. Imagine you are unsure which product to choose. You can say, "Which brand do you recommend?" Or, "What is the best type of cheese?" The worker might answer, "I recommend this one. It is fresh and popular." You reply, "Thank you, I'll take it." Many learners hesitate because they fear sounding ignorant, but asking for advice is a sign of confidence and intelligence, not weakness. Adding phrases like please and thank you makes everything smooth. You can also use humor. Imagine the worker says, "This cheese is magical." You laugh and reply, "I hope it is. I need magic today." Small jokes make the conversation relaxed and memorable. Let's explore role play for practice. You can imagine a store scenario. "Excuse me, can you help me?" "Sure. What do you need?" "I'm looking for juice, bread, and bananas." Juice is in aisle 1, bread in aisle 2, bananas near the entrance. "Thank you. That is very helpful." Practice this aloud 5 times. Then change the items. Then imagine the worker asks, "Do you want organic or regular?" You reply, "I'll take organic, please." See how simple sentences expand naturally into a fluent conversation. Many learners also struggle with asking about prices. You can say, "How much does this cost?" Or, "Can you tell me the price of this?" The worker might say, "It's $3. You can reply, "Thank you." You can also practice short additions. "Can I pay by card?" "Do you accept cash?" Polite, clear, easy to remember. Another mini story. A beginner named Mark wanted to buy a gift but didn't know how to ask for the price. He practiced, "How much does this cost?" $3. He repeated this at home until he felt confident. At the store, he asked perfectly and felt proud. Again, practice makes the real situation easy. Finally, let's expand to asking for help with bags or locating the cashier. You can say, "Excuse me, where is the cashier?" Or, "Could you help me carry this?" These are useful, polite, and build real-world confidence. You can also combine phrases. "Excuse me, can you help me find milk? How much does it cost? And where is the cashier?" All short sentences, polite and natural. Mini role play. Imagine yourself in a small shop, asking for different items, thanking the worker, laughing at small mistakes, and leaving with a smile. Every interaction strengthens courage, vocabulary, and fluency. Homework/exercises. Today, practice 3 store dialogues aloud. 1. Simple shopping for bread and milk. 2. Asking for recommendations and prices. 3. Asking for cashier or bag help. Record yourself. Listen. Repeat. Tomorrow, change the items, practice a new mini-story, add a joke or comment. This repetition builds natural fluency, reduces fear, and makes real-life shopping enjoyable. 4. Conversation at the doctor. Visiting a doctor might seem straightforward, but for many English learners, it can feel intimidating. You sit in the waiting room, your heart beats faster, and suddenly your mind races with questions. What if I can't explain my problem? What if the doctor doesn't understand me? What if I mispronounce a word? These fears are completely normal, and the first step is to remember that clear, simple English works better than perfect English. Imagine yourself finally entering the consultation room. The doctor greets you warmly. "Hello, how are you?" You feel nervous, but try to respond clearly. "I'm not feeling well." The doctor asks, "Can you tell me what's wrong?" This is the moment where many learners struggle, thinking they must use long sentences or fancy vocabulary. But the reality is that short, clear sentences are powerful. I have a headache. I feel dizzy. I have a sore throat. Each phrase communicates exactly what the doctor needs to know. The key is honesty, clarity, and calmness. Let's expand this with examples. Suppose you have a headache. You can say, "Doctor, I have had a headache for 2 days." The doctor might ask, "Any fever or nausea?" You reply, "No fever, just a headache and some dizziness." These simple answers give the doctor all the necessary information. Notice how learners often overthink grammar. "I am feeling a headache since 2 days." This is understandable but unnecessary. Simple structure like "I have had a headache for 2 days" works perfectly. The goal is communication, not perfection. Another mini-story. A beginner named Lena had trouble describing pain in English. The first time, she froze. The second time, she practiced at home, saying, "I have a stomachache. I have a headache. I feel tired." When she went to a real doctor, she spoke clearly, used short sentences, and the doctor understood her perfectly. Lena realized that practicing small, simple sentences builds real confidence. Now, let's explore asking questions at the doctor's office, because this is where learners often hesitate. You can say, "Could you explain what this medicine is for?" Or, "How often should I take it?" Or, "Are there any side effects?" Short, polite questions like these are natural and professional. You can also practice, "What should I do if the pain gets worse? Is there anything I should avoid?" Many learners struggle with vocabulary, but remember, you can describe symptoms with simple words: stomachache, headache, dizziness, cough, sore throat, fever, tired, nausea. Pairing these words with short phrases like "I have" or "I feel" is enough for clear communication. Let's add humor and relatability. Imagine a learner named Omar went to the doctor and wanted to say he felt exhausted after a long day. He tried to say, "I feel very tired and mentally exhausted from my work," but froze. He remembered a tip: simplify. He said, "I feel very tired." The doctor understood perfectly and smiled. Omar realized that simplifying English can be both effective and relieving. Don't overcomplicate. Simple sentences, clear words, calm voice. This is fluency. Next, let's practice role-play scenarios. You can imagine, "Doctor, I have a sore throat. How long have you had it?" 3 days. Do you have a fever? Yes, mild fever. I recommend rest and medicine. Thank you very much. Repeat this aloud and then try variations. I feel dizzy. I have stomach pain. I cough a lot. I feel tired. Each time you speak, your fluency improves. Now, learners often worry about using polite expressions. At the doctor's office, polite phrases are important. You can say, "Thank you for your help. I appreciate your advice. Could you explain that again, please? I didn't understand. Could you repeat?" These phrases not only show respect, but also help you slow down and structure your sentences naturally. English speaking is not about rushing, it's about clarity. Let's imagine a story-driven scenario. A beginner named Sarah had a headache and a cold. She was afraid to visit the doctor because of her limited English. She practiced at home saying, "I have a headache and a cold. I feel tired. I have a fever." When she went to the clinic, she spoke clearly and politely. The doctor listened, asked questions, and gave advice. Sarah left feeling confident. This shows that practicing small dialogues and repeating them daily transforms nervous learners into confident speakers. Another layer is asking about treatment or medicine. You can say, "How often should I take this medicine? Should I eat before taking it? Can I take this with water or milk?" Short, simple questions like these are highly effective. You can also practice mini role play at home. One person is the doctor, one is the patient. Use props if you like, a bottle of water, a box of medicine, and practice conversations aloud. Humor helps too. "Doctor, I hope this medicine works faster than my coffee." The laughter makes learning memorable and stress-free. Finally, let's cover emergency scenarios because learners often feel nervous about them. You can say, "I need help quickly. It's urgent. I feel very sick." Even if your sentences are short, they communicate effectively in stressful situations. Calm, clear words are always better than long, complicated sentences when you are nervous. Homework or exercises. Write down 5 symptoms and practice describing them aloud. I have a headache, I feel dizzy, etc. Practice asking 3 questions politely. Could you explain this medicine? How often should I take it? Are there any side effects? Role play with a friend or mirror. Imagine visiting a doctor, describing symptoms, asking questions, and thanking the doctor. Repeat 5 times. By practicing daily, visiting the doctor in English becomes natural, confident, and stress-free. Every simple phrase, every clear sentence, every polite question builds fluency. English is not scary. It is your tool to communicate, get help, and express yourself. Remember, fluency is confidence, clarity, and courage, not perfection. 5. Conversation. Asking for directions. Being lost in a new city or even in your own neighborhood can be stressful, especially if you feel shy about speaking English. Imagine standing at a busy street corner, streets stretching in different directions, cars honking, people walking past. You take a deep breath and remind yourself, asking for directions is simple, polite, and anyone will help you if you speak slowly and clearly. Start with the phrase, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the train station?" The person might smile and say, "Go straight, then turn right." You repeat, "Go straight, then turn right," to confirm. Then you say, "Thank you very much." You feel relief, confidence, and even a small victory because you just communicated clearly. Many learners struggle here. They hesitate, overthink, or freeze. They imagine complex sentences like, "Could you kindly provide me with detailed guidance to reach the train station?" But remember, simple phrases work perfectly. "Can you tell me how to get to?" is clear, polite, and effective. Let's add another example. You want to go to the nearest hospital. You can ask, "Where is the nearest hospital?" Or, "Can you give me directions to the hospital?" Short, polite, easy. If the person says, "It's 2 blocks away, then turn left," you can reply, "Thank you. Can I walk there or should I take a taxi?" This introduces a new phrase naturally. You can also practice follow-up questions like, "Is it far from here?" or "How long does it take to walk there?" By asking small questions step by step, your conversation grows naturally. A mini-story makes this relatable. A beginner named Ali got lost while trying to reach a cafe in London. He panicked, thinking he couldn't ask anyone in English. Then he remembered the simple phrase, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the cafe?" A kind stranger smiled and gave directions. Ali repeated them slowly. "Go straight, turn left, then the cafe is on the right." He found the cafe feeling proud. This shows that small, clear sentences plus courage equals success in real-life English. You can also practice asking about amenities. Are there any good places to eat around here? Is there a hotel nearby? How do I get to the nearest pharmacy? These phrases expand your vocabulary and make your English practical. Humor can be added too. Imagine asking, "Is there a cafe around here? I'm lost and my coffee emergency is real." The person laughs, gives directions, and the interaction becomes memorable. Mini role play. Practice alone or with a friend. Take turns being the person asking for directions and the one giving directions. Repeat phrases like, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the library?" "Go straight and turn left at the corner." "Thank you very much." "You're welcome." Repeat 5 times. Then add follow-up questions. How long does it take to walk? Is it far from here? Can I take public transport? Each repetition builds confidence, fluency, and courage. Homework. Today, write 5 locations you often visit and practice asking for directions aloud. Include phrases like, "Can you tell me how to get to?" "Where is the nearest?" "Is it far from here?" Record yourself, listen, repeat, and gradually your confidence will grow. Remember, asking for directions is not just about English, it is about communication, clarity, and confidence. 6. Conversation at work with coworkers. Speaking English at work can feel intimidating. You might know your job perfectly, but struggle to explain it in English. Imagine sitting at your desk, needing help with a report, or explaining a task to a colleague. You take a deep breath and start with a simple, polite phrase. "Hi, can you help me with this report?" Your coworker replies, "Sure, what do you need?" You continue, "I don't understand this part." They explain clearly, "This is the total." You respond, "Okay, thank you, now I understand." Short, polite sentences, clear meaning. This is real workplace English. Many learners worry about sounding professional. They imagine complex phrases like, "Would you kindly assist me with this report?" But in reality, simple and clear sentences are more effective. Let's expand with examples. Imagine you want to ask about a meeting. You can say, "When is the next meeting?" "Who will attend?" "What is the agenda?" Each sentence is short, clear, and professional. Mini story. A beginner named Mia felt nervous talking to her manager. She practiced at home. I have a question about the report. Could you explain this part? When she went to work, she used these sentences confidently. Her manager understood her perfectly, and she felt proud. This story shows that preparing simple sentences in advance builds real-life fluency. You can also ask for clarification. Could you explain that again? I didn't understand this part. Could you repeat? These polite requests help you avoid misunderstandings. Role play. Imagine one person is a coworker giving instructions, the other is asking questions. Practice phrases like, I have completed this part. What should I do next? Do you need help with this task? Humor helps too. I hope I don't mess up this report, but if I do, can you save me? Laughter reduces stress and makes English practice memorable. Homework. Write 3 work-related dialogues and practice them out loud. Include asking for help, clarifying tasks, and scheduling meetings. Record yourself and repeat daily. Small steps at work build confidence and fluency. 7. Conversation. Talking about family. Talking about family can be emotional, funny, and engaging. Many learners freeze because they don't know the words for relationships. Imagine someone asks, "Do you have brothers or sisters?" You can respond, "Yes, I have one brother." They ask, "Is he older or younger?" You reply, "He is older." Short, simple sentences. You just shared a part of your life. Many learners worry about grammar. I have an older brother. But clear communication is more important than perfect grammar. Mini story. A beginner named Hannah always felt nervous talking about her family. She practiced sentences aloud. I have a sister. She is younger. I love her very much. When she spoke with classmates, she felt confident. You can expand, my mother is a teacher. My father is an engineer. I have 2 cousins. They live in the city. Humor can be added. My brother is always annoying, but I love him anyway. Practice questions too. Do you have siblings? How many? Where do they live? This helps build natural conversation skills. Homework. Write 5 sentences about your family. Practice aloud using short, clear phrases. Try telling a mini story about your family to a friend or in front of a mirror. 8. Conversation. Talking about hobbies. Hobbies make conversations fun. Many learners hesitate thinking they need complex sentences. Start simple. What do you do for fun? I like reading. Me too. I read every night. Short, clear, natural. Mini story. Omar loves football. He practiced saying, I like football. I play every weekend. When meeting new people, he connected instantly. Humor. I play football, but I am not very good. I mostly chase the ball. Role play. Ask and answer questions about hobbies, adding small comments. Practice daily for fluency. Homework. Write 3 sentences about your hobbies. Practice with a friend. Add 1 joke or funny comment. Repeat aloud. 9. Conversation. Making plans, invitations. Making plans is short, simple, and natural. Imagine your friend asks, "Do you want to meet tomorrow?" You reply, "Sure, what time?" "At 4. "Okay, see you then." Polite, clear, friendly. Mini story. Sarah always struggled to schedule meetings in English. She practiced, "Would you like to have coffee?" "Yes." "What day?" "Saturday." Perfect. Humor. "I hope the coffee is strong enough for both of us." Exercises. Practice 5 invitations aloud daily, varying days and times. 10. Conversation, saying goodbye. Parting is an art in English. Say, "It was nice talking to you." "Nice talking to you too." "See you later." "Take care." Simple, polite, warm. Mini story. Ali practiced saying goodbye to friends at school. Each time he added a comment, "I hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow." Humor. Don't forget to bring cookies next time. Exercises. Practice 5 variations of goodbye conversations aloud. Add comments or jokes. Record and repeat. Each small variation builds fluency and confidence.